So now we will go over writing task. As in the writing task of the IELTS, there are usually two divisions, I would say, which is called as task one, task two. In academic, usually it's going to be something which you're seeing on your screen, graphs, maps, pictures, which you have to describe in 100 to 150 words. In general, it's always a letter, so that's one of the easy point I would say when you're giving your general test for the IELTS. Depends on why you're applying your visa for to immigrate to a different country. Depends on that. If it's for studying, you'll always have to give the academic. For if it's for something else, then it will be general. So now I will go over this, since it's saying that it's going to give you a question like this on the screen and have the graph underneath, so describing what the situation is and what they're asking from you. The saying chart below shows the percentage of adults of different age groups in the UK who used to use the internet every day from 2003 to 2006. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. So now it has given you a map, and basically you just have to write it in your own way to fill or to qualify for this 100 and 150 words to get better score in this task one. So now for this is a ideal answers in the practice test which I've downloaded. You can discard this if you're trying to practice this, but just to explain you, as I said in the video, this is to make you familiar how does it look like, what it's going to be, and then later on then you can work on your own to get download different practice tests and go through it. So now it is going to the given column graph illustrate the percentage of adults of different age groups. So sort of like an introduction for it. And now after that it has body paragraph one, body paragraph two, and then a kind of conclusion like overall adults between 16 and 44. One thing which I would suggest everyone to keep in mind is there has to be coherency and relation to from one paragraph to the other, so it doesn't look very odd, and you get a good score, right? So this was just a short example for the task one. Now we will go over the task two. I will make another video about it. So as we talked about, now we are going to go over task two of the writing section of the IELTS. So as I said, whether it's academic or general, it's going to be an essay for the task two. So regardless, whichever one you're preparing for, be prepared. So you're going to get a heading like this where it's asking, as transport and accommodation problems are increasing in many cities, some governments are encouraging businesses to move to rural areas. Do you think the advantages outweighs the disadvantages? So ideally there are different types of essays, and I will actually go through in this video as well, just to make you familiar so you can make your strategies accordingly. To go over a few things for the task two, first of all, to keep in mind, you have to write 200 to 250 words in the essay, and the best way which everyone recommends, and you can probably check with the person, your English teacher or someone who's really good in English. They always go like this. They're first always an introduction paragraph, then it's a body paragraph one, body paragraph two, body paragraph three, and then there's a conclusion. And as you can see in this sample practice test, that's how it's written. So this first one is introduction, body paragraph one, body paragraph two, body paragraph three, and conclusion. So now you have to keep few things in mind, that you cover everything what they're asking you in the question. If there are any follow-up questions to the main statement, they're just only asking in this one, do you think the advantages outweighs the disadvantages? So now you just have to use your mind and come up with the ideas which you think is best suited to talk about this, and in this essay which will relate to your topic. So let's say, if you do you think it's there are more advantages or disadvantages, so it's kind of asking you for your opinion. So now when you talk about the introduction, what it is, whatever it is, and then from the body paragraph from one, you kind of start from there that whether you're making it is about that, oh, there are more advantages or there are more disadvantages, and that's how you have to like frame your whole essay, I'd recommend. And then obviously to summarize, you have to answer whether it is there are more advantages or not. So let's just to give you an overview, it says, to sum up, relocating the companies would assist with the overcrowding problem in some cities. However, a new set of problems would surface, which would be far more than the benefits. Therefore, I reiterate my point that ideas of moving larger corporations out to rural areas would not be beneficial. See, basically, in the conclusion, they are just asking for your opinion. What do you think about it? What they're asking you for? But since you have stated all of your reasons in all of these body paragraphs, now you are just have to put the conclusion, like you have to put your answer in a words which makes sense and which is understandable as well. Obviously, going through it, you have to be very careful with your grammar, your coherency, relatability, the vocabulary, like how better you're writing it as. I've used to do one mistake which I would share with all of you, that I was good with grammar, so I always used to make sure that if I'm using the right tense with the verb, right tense with noun, and all of the other things, whatnot. But the thing is, while doing that, I used to write only in basic English. There are different ways to write. Just take risks, I would say. Be more creative with your English writing skills. The more you do, the better it gets. There are different strategies, like make sure that you're using a connector before you before you start a new thing. There has to be, as I said, a relation to the what you've said earlier, what you're saying now. I will try to make a video about this so that it gets more clear what I'm trying to say. But as I said, just this video was just to make people familiar what it is, like that. And as I was mentioning in the beginning of the video, there are different sort of essays, whether opinions, discussions. So I'm just going to go through just a list of it, so you can, based on that, you can download your practice test. Just a second. Okay, I think I got it. So common essay questions. As I said, it's asking for your opinion. Agree, disagree. Is a positive or negative development? Are the advantages more than the disadvantages? Discuss essay. Advantages and disadvantages essay, as we just saw. Problem and solution essay and direct question essay. Some might be of two part, as is saying. So I'm gonna show you here. Opinion essay, general information or one-sided approach. They're just showing you how you should be putting this. First body paragraph could be first idea, second body paragraph should be second idea, and specific examples based on that. And third paragraph is up to you, like if you feel that your first and two paragraph has been enough to explain the situation, then you will be fine, you don't have to do anything. But if you think it's needed and you are still lacking in term and qualifying the words limit, then make a third paragraph. And obviously, in conclusion, restate your opinion, whether you agree or disagree. Now, balanced opinion, if you think yes, no, yeah, I agree, all of that. Discussion essay, which I'm more or less talking about discussions, advantage, disadvantage, problem solution. Basically, in problem and solution, you kind of tell what's the cause and what's the effect, and how you think would be the solution. What's your solution for this topic? So these were few different types, and I would suggest, since I would not want to make this video long enough, it's just about the people who just want to get familiar with it. I would, if anyone of you want this PDF, I could mention that in the comment section as well. If anyone would need this, please comment down below and I'll try to share it with you, because it has plenty of topics with the ideal answers of it. And as I said, it's also going to give you tips, what it is for the problem solution, how you should approach your sentence one, sentence two in the first paragraph, and sentence second for the second paragraph, all of that, which will be quite helpful for making your strategies to write this essay. All right, I think we've covered this, and thank you so much for watching. And I hope you learned something. And if you have any questions or doubts, any follow up questions, please leave a comment down below. Reach out to us and we'll try to help you as much as we can. Thank you.